What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer with a quick Overwatch news video. Today I've actually got a few topics to talk about, including the brand new issue of the New Blood comic series, which just came out today, a statement from LEGO regarding the leaked Overwatch 2 LEGO set, which I talked about last month, and some other little interesting tidbits of information which happened over the past week that I hadn't gotten a chance to previously talk about in any of my videos. So first up, earlier today we got the third issue released of the Cassidy New Blood comic series, which features Cassidy having an unexpected run-in with Baptiste. This issue follows the similar format of the other ones we've seen thus far in the series, where basically Cassidy encounters a character who's ultimately going to end up joining Overwatch. Previously, we had a meet up with Ana and Farah, and in this issue, he unintentionally ended up recruiting Baptiste. In all honesty, I wouldn't say there's anything particularly special about this issue. It follows the same format as the ones before it, and likely the ones that'll come after it, but it's a nice bit of story progression, just showing how more characters are getting involved with Overwatch in the build-up to the events of Overwatch 2, and given that Baptiste has historically been a character who doesn't have a whole ton of connections to other characters on the Overwatch roster, it was nice to have this comic show how he's going to end up getting brought into the organization, and I think it actually does a good job of building up a relationship with Cassidy and Baptiste together, which is maybe something that'll be built on later in the future. One rather interesting little tidbit that did stick out to me though in this comic is this particular Talon trooper we see here. Now, like the issues before it, this one of course has a random pointless run-in with Talon that I guess is necessary because, oh, you know, they gotta constantly be fighting Talon. Heaven forbid they get a break where some characters just sit down and have a decent conversation. You've always gotta have action. But regardless, in this one image here, we actually get a rather unique looking Talon unit that we've never seen before. Based on their outfit and the weapon they're wielding, they look like a low-tech version of the Enforcer unit from the PvE Retribution and Storm Rising Archives missions, but little details on it, like the mask clearly showing the person's eyes, in addition to them clearly having spiky blonde hair, just seem like odd little characterizations that I wouldn't have expected for them to just randomly slap on a nameless Talon unit. That's not me saying this is going to be a new important character coming up or anything, but I just thought it was interesting how Blizzard decided to add this one unique Talon unit amongst what are otherwise a bunch of repetitive, faceless goons, essentially. Maybe there's something going on here, maybe we'll see this guy show up again, but I will say I do actually rather like the outfit and how low-tech it looks with the very realistic type body armor and padding. So, I don't know, maybe something to just keep an eye out for. Let me know your thoughts on them in the comments down below, because I gotta say this was a pretty cool character design, I thought. Also, I will mention real quick, spoilers for the end of this comic issue if you haven't read it yet yourself. We do see that Zarya will in fact be the next character Cassidy visits in the next New Blood comic issue, which makes sense since we saw her teased earlier in the series, and also means that issue 4 will likely be focusing on Zarya, and thus issue 5 will likely be focusing on D.Va. So just a bit of an indicator about what we can likely expect later down the line with the series, but also I think it's worth pointing out the actual visual design of Zarya we see here at the end of this comic, which may actually be a sneak peek of her upcoming Overwatch 2 redesign. At a glance, this outfit actually reminds me a lot of the recent Epic skin she got with the 2021 Halloween event, given that they both feature a ponytail hairstyle and the warm fluffy collar at the top of her jacket. However, as far as we know, that skin doesn't actually have any story significance, so I'm not sure why she'd be wearing that outfit in particular in a story-focused comic, so maybe it's actually going to turn out that her Overwatch 2 design just has a similar aesthetic to that Epic skin, and we'll probably end up finding out one way or the other with this next upcoming issue. But moving on from the New Blood comic series, and speaking of D.Va, which I mentioned earlier, so that's how the tangent works, just go with it. The next thing I'd like to touch on in this video are the new official concept images which were released showing off the other MEKA squad members, who I'm sure many of you recognize from either the Busan map itself or the D.Va Shooting Star animated short. Now, these actually came out a few days ago at this point, I think it was sometime late last week, and I didn't initially make a video on it because I just didn't feel feel like there's a whole ton to say regarding these particular images, other than that they're just really cool for us to get to see. But I have seen a number of people kind of confused about what exactly these images are and why they were released. So I just want to real quickly sort of break down the situation. These 4 concept images, from what we know, were originally produced back in most likely 2018 as part of the development process of the Shooting Star animated short. They were done by former lead Overwatch concept artist Ben Zhang, who has actually since left Blizzard. I know, big surprise. But while the images themselves are actually a few years old, they were only just publicly released recently by Ben Zhang as basically him just saying, hey, this is a cool thing I worked on, thought I'd want to share it with y'all, they look cool, so yeah, that's it. Sadly, what this means is that these almost certainly aren't an indication of any of these 4 being upcoming heroes, although for all we know, Blizzard could always revive some of these old character concepts and perhaps work out a kit for them that would function in Overwatch 2. So I wouldn't say these characters are completely off the table in terms of being upcoming heroes. I mean, I for one would love it if Overlord ended up becoming a hero. As I'm sure many of you know, I am a big fan of him as a character, and I've done multiple videos discussing him, including a hero concept on how he might actually function as a hero in-game, which I will have linked in the cards on screen and down in the description. But as for these released concept images being some sort of hint that they're going to be heroes coming soon, that's not what they are at all. This is just an artist showing off something he worked on a few years ago because there's some really cool art concepts, so it's awesome that we get to see them at long last, but I wouldn't get your hopes up for them being indicators of something coming soon down the pipeline. And last for today's news video, we have a rather unexpected and honestly very disappointing announcement from LEGO regarding what was the soon-to-be-released Overwatch Null Sector Titan LEGO set. Now, as many of you may remember, I did a video covering this set when it initially leaked back in December, and I offered a fair amount of speculation about why LEGO was suddenly out of the blue bringing back LEGO Overwatch sets and what it could mean for Overwatch as a franchise in 2022. But unfortunately, there was an update recently where LEGO themselves came out and made a statement saying that we are currently reviewing our partnership with Activision Blizzard given concerns about the progress being made to address continuing allegations regarding workplace culture, especially the treatment of female colleagues and creating a diverse and inclusive environment. While we complete the review, we will pause the release of the LEGO Overwatch 2 product, which was due to go on sale February 1st, 2022. So what this means is this set might not end up officially releasing. This is pretty devastating, I'll be honest, because just having it so close, less than a month away from when it was supposed to officially release the first Overwatch LEGO set in, what, like 2 or 3 years at this point? And at the last minute, LEGO is thinking, oh, actually, maybe we won't release this set because it might be too controversial. Like, I get LEGO's perspective there, but come on, that is just devastating. Just considering the time frame, this set has already been manufactured. It's gonna go on sale in less than a month, so the sets physically already exist in some warehouse somewhere, or probably honestly at a few retailers already at this point, where they probably just have them in the back storage room waiting for February 1st so they can put them on the shelves. In fact, there have even been a few images released of people who've already gotten their hands on the set, so we know it's definitely something that can be obtained one way or another. But depending on what LEGO ends up deciding regarding this review, they might not ever officially end up releasing it. Personally, I suspect that LEGO will eventually end up releasing this set just because they've already put in the time and effort to manufacture it. But honestly, given Blizzard's track record for things like this, it does seem like there might actually be a chance that this set, despite being so close to release, will never actually see the light of day. But who knows, even if that happens, maybe there'll be a way for some of us to get our hands on one regardless. You know, they've already produced the sets, they are physically out there somewhere. I'm sure there's a way to find them on certain online marketplaces, let's just say that. If, of course, you know, it doesn't end up releasing officially, but we'll just have to wait and see what ends up happening. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on any of the news topics I discussed here today by dropping a comment down below. And as always, be sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, hit up that bell icon, and come join my Discord server to hang out and never miss out on any future Overwatch news and content. Special Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master EN Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.